Hello everybody and welcome to a new series on my channel here with the game of Sheltered. This is a post-apocalyptic nuclear war set type of an environment, and this game is all about management of your family, of supplies, of scrounging and scavenging and dealing with other people out there that are just trying to get by in this environment. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this, but we're going to take it a little slow at first because I want to show you the game. The game is really, really cool. It's in early development. It's early access. You can get it on Steam, and you can see there's a forum already set up on the Steam community about it to answer all kinds of questions and whatnot. But I'll put a link in the description of the video to the game itself on Steam, so that you can go and get it and check it out if you so desire. But let's go ahead and you can see the options. Basically, it allows you to deal with all the different sizes, resolutions, displays. You can some basic options, basically. Yeah, basic options, basically. Yay! So it is a game made by Unicube, and I think they've done a fantastic job so far. I've already been playing it a little bit. I just wanted to get familiar with it. It's really hard to put down. Let me tell you, once you get going, it's really hard to put down. But we're going to go ahead and start fresh. All right. So basically, at the beginning here, you have the ability. You have the ability to set up your family. You can pick a few of your family members. You have your mom, dad, 2 kids, and a pet that you start out with. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ball rolling. We're gonna go ahead with the parent. We're gonna call the name. We're just gonna call Mom. All right, and gender is female. Top color, we'll go with pretty much the basic settings here. Don't need to spend too much time on that. The traits, though, these come into play when it comes to some crafting and also scavenging, and how you deal with people that you come across out there in the world as you're trying to get by and get resources and whatnot. I think speaking of which, I think we'll go with resourceful, and you can see the stats preset over here. We have educated, athletic, troubled, street smart, logical, well-rounded, violent, good upbringing. These various intelligence, charisma, perception, dexterity, strength. Like many other games, they all weigh in different areas of the gameplay, interaction and building and scavenging, and sometimes you do have to beat feet, make an exit away from somebody trying to beat you up, and other times you might need strength if you have to go and attack or defend yourself. So that's let's see here. I think we'll go with resourceful and athletic for Mom here, and we'll go next. We'll call this one Dad, just to make it easy, because me and picking names, it's kind of tough. We'll go with courageous, and let's say street smart, logical, well-rounded, violent, good upbringing. What shall we do? Let's go with street smart on Dad here. And for one of the boys, a Martha. I don't like Martha. Really don't. Martha. Let's change that to Mary instead of Martha. I did the Martha. Don't really care for that one. Deep sleeper. No. Hands on. That sounds good. Rough and tumble. Sure. She can be a tomboy. We'll go next, and Michelle. Okay, we'll get a couple of daughters then. That's good. Michelle, small eater, courageous, deep sleep, proactive, hands-on, optimistic, resourceful, hygienic, small eater. Sure. Alert. So we got smarty pants, know-it-all, rough and tumble, well-spoken. We'll go with well-spoken. And then the pet. We'll go with, oh, actually, to customize the family name, nuclear, no, we'll go with, what should we call this one? We'll call them the Shell family for the sheltered. We'll go with that. And pet, cat. No, there we go. We want a dog. I'm a dog guy. Nothing against cats, but I like dogs. And we'll name Zeus. I like that. We'll go with that. The Shell family, they got Zeus for a nice pet. Okay, so now we don't need to play the tutorial. So, every time you load, you get a nice little tip, and some of them are pretty basic. So, let's go over the game that you see here. I'm going to zoom out, and you can see these are the stats for the character that you're currently you're looking at. You're controlling. Right now, I happen to be controlling Mom, and she is right here. So you can see if you hover over her, you can see the stats. Let me zoom back in again. You can see the stats that we picked during our options. And he got Dad, and he's just giving you a little tooltip there, letting you know, hey, we do have some supplies, and we have something that we could upgrade. But whichever character that you are currently controlling, Mom or Dad or the kids, you have thirst, hunger, tiredness, how much you got to go to the bathroom, their dirtiness level. And then you have stress and trauma, and these come into play later on as things start to go downhill, which they invariably will. But so right now, looks like everybody's kind of middle of the road. Okay, so now around your shelter, up top, you have an oxygen filter and you have a water filter. So I'm going to send one of the little girls here. We're going to get her. I'm going to have her take a hazmat suit, and then we're going to disable these lights out here for one, because these lights, they take up power, which is provided by the generator. So now I just had her disable those lights. What I'm going to have her do is fix our oxygen filter. You can see the integrity is at 52%. And then our water filter integrity is at 63%. So I'm going to have her fix those as well. Now I can stack jobs. So this is the current job they're working on, or what they've just been set to. This is the one to do next. And then this is how they're feeling at the moment. So while she's working on that, I'm going to come back to Mom over here. Now, back inside, real quick, what we have, like I said, we have our hazmat suits. We have an intercom that goes to this guy here. You can see we have a Sally port system set up for the shelter so that we never want to have both doors open at the same time. Oh, look, it's raining on the surface. So our water filter is right here. It's collecting water, and as you can see, our medium water butt. This is a European-based game, by the way. So we have we have tires that are TYRE. Anyway, the water is being collected. You can see it's 25 out of 30, 26 out of 30. And this is the time, normally if we have a shower set up or if a toilet set up, you would want to get them working on that. So, and while it's raining, that's a good time to drink water. So let's have Mom get a drink. Let's have Dad get a drink. Let's have the little girls, Michelle, get a drink. Let's have everybody drink while it's raining, because it'll continuously fill back up again. And you can see we have 8 petrol or fuel for our generator. We have 30 out of 30 of our water, sorry, and then we have 10 rations of food. And you can see that right here. We have a capacity of 20 rations. Let's see, everybody, let's get Dad another drink. He looks like he's still a little up. Okay, so that's our pantry. We have some storage. We have our medicine cabinet, because we have some anti-rads there. Here's our pet, Zeus, and there's this little grate right here and here. That's how the dog gets up and down between the levels. We have a workbench, which we can go ahead and craft all kinds of items for our side. And we only have a level 1 workbench right now. And these are the items that we can craft. Everything from traps to new rooms to cleaning supplies. We have a shower and a bucket for a toilet. So these are a couple of things, and a sleeping bag. We're going to need to get some of these things going right away. A trap here will allow us to trap some food on the surface, some animals that are roaming around. But as you can see, some items over here on the right, whatever it is that we're hovering over, the right hand side tells you the items that you need. If they're all green, that says you have enough to make it, of course. But if it is not green, like here, we need 2 sand and 1 limestone to make a bag of cement. We have none of anything. So they are, you could call it grayed out or tan in color, but they're not green. So that tells us we can't craft it. Now you have to be careful, because some of the items are actually needed by more than one thing, and crafting one thing could all of a sudden knock you out of the ability to craft something else. So you have item management that is needed. Occasionally you might have enough items where you can upgrade some of your equipment. The oxygen filter, the water filter, your generator here, the crafting bench I was just looking at, all have the ability to be upgraded. And the upgrades, of course, require items. So we have durability. We could increase the durability, as you see, and that decreases the rate at which the generator breaks down, as you see down there on the bottom. All of these things they tell at the bottom there, tells you what's going on, and over here on the right tells you what you need to make that upgrade. So you want to keep an eye on those as well, and as you get those items, make the upgrades. It just makes life a whole lot easier. You also have a journal here. From day to day, as things happen, journal entries will automatically be put in here for you. And you can see that day 1, we're alive, and it says that we only have each other for support, the people that make up our family, Mom, Dad, Mary, Michelle, and our pet dog, Zeus. This dilapidated bunker should help us get back on our feet. It looks as though a bomb went off in here, but we should be able to clean it up. Just having a warm and secure place to stay is enough for now. And that is a good thing. So what we're going to do, we just had, I forgot which one it was. I think it was Michelle went outside and fixed our oxygen and water guys up there. This van, this is something that it is interactive. You're going to have to collect tires and engine parts and all kinds of things in order to use that. And some of those parts it's going to take you well into the game before you get everything that you need to use that van. But this van will make going out and scavenging and searching a whole lot quicker. But this is basically not going to come into play right now. But also, while I have the game paused, as you can see, the time is not moving. This is a little calendar here to let you know what day you're on and what time of day that it is. And it does move quite rapidly. So the best way to pause the game is to actually go into a menu item here, like a menu, and you can look at what, like upgrades or any crafting or anything like that, but that pauses the timer. So that way you can catch a breather, you can kind of regroup, see what you need to do, what you want to do, and figure things out, take a look at where your stats are, that kind of stuff. If you do find yourself in a lull and want to speed the time up because you've kind of taken care of everything and you want to get going, well, you can hit the shift button. You just sneak your little pinky over there, hit that shift button, and that will speed up time as long as for the duration that you're pressing the button. So it's like a fast forward, but you don't really use that too often. All right, so we've got our little girls wanting to come back inside. Everybody's gotten a drink except for her. One thing is, another thing to note, real quick, before we get going, is that anybody that's going to come out here and do any fixing, you need to put them in a radiation suit. And once they're done outside, you want to return that suit. Now the suits do not, at this point, don't take damage. And let's get her a drink of water. It did stop raining, so now we are going to start using water anytime we do anything here. But so back to what I was saying, the suits don't take damage as far as at this point of the game. They don't. So all right, with her, she's got water. She's looking a little tired. But first, let's let's get some things started here. We need a bed because some of these people, or some of our family members, are getting a little tired. So now, one thing you notice that it's grayed out. It's kind of like half opaque there. You can see through, and then it turns on, and that's based on where you place it. Okay, so once you place an item, that character will start building it. Now, so we've got a bed. Let's go for a shower. Now, there is something you need to know about the shower. The shower, of course, is what allows you to get clean. And you can see the cleanliness or dirtiness of every character is listed right here. Now, Dad here is showing he is in the red, meaning he's dirty. He's been doing some stuff that's got him soiled. You never, if you can avoid it, never want to have your character eat while dirty. You want them to get clean first, because if they eat while dirty, there's a very, very high probability they're going to get food poisoning, and then their health is going to go down. They throw up everywhere. It's not good. Now, Mom, let's get Mom here, let's get you building a mop and bucket. And we can put a mop and bucket. Where can we put the mop and bucket? We'll put the mop and bucket right there. Now, who is the most tired? Mary, why don't you go ahead and get some sleep? Michelle, what I'd like you to do is, I want to put Michelle on some fix-it duty. Now, here's another piece in your shelter. This is a clipboard. You right-click on the clipboard, you say open that up. And this shows you all of the equipment that you have in and above your shelter. So we've got a sleeping bag, we've got a generator, oxygen filter, makeshift shower, and a water filter. Now, this list will grow as you add items to your shelter. And this tells you the current status of them. Right now, our generator is at 55%. The oxygen filter and water filter were fixed just a little bit ago, but they're at level 1 and they degrade pretty quickly. So we got to keep an eye on them. The sleeping bag and makeshift shower were just built, so they're 100%. They really haven't been used because we just sent Mary to sleep. So I don't even know if she's in that sleeping bag yet. But the generator needs to be fixed. So, Michelle, how about you come over here? I'm going to right-click on that and select Fix. That'll get her working on that. Now, we have a shower. We don't want to see, but what I want to do is have Dad, even though you're stinky, I'm going to have him disable the shower at the moment. I don't want anybody taking the shower until we get rain, because water is very important for something you'll see here in just a moment. Now, so let's get Mom right here. We just built this mop and bucket. And if your shelter is dirty, it will give you the option to clean shelter, which is what we're going to go ahead and do. Now, I'm going to hover over the generator, and looks like our fuel capacity is 2, and we have 2 gallons, if you will, and we've got 1.5 gallons in there. And we're using 0.3 units of power per day. So we're doing pretty good. We've got, and like I said, we've got 8 petrol here. All right, let's see, what else do we need? We have Mom. Is she clean up the shelter? Everything is clean. All right, what else do we have to show you here? Yes, here is the dog dish. Here's the food bowl for the pet. Now, the pet, occasionally I hover over him. His health is 50. That is the pet's full. The dog, anyway, the dog's full health is 50. You'll hear the dog start to whine, and the health will start to go down when they're hungry. You can select a character and right-click on the food bowl and select Fill, and that will take 1 food ration and put it into the dog dish. I'm going to wait on that right now, so I just hit the escape key to get out of that. We have a Geiger counter right here. I'm going to right-click and hit Open, and you can see the Geiger, the radiation inside our shelter is pretty low. We're looking good. Oops, just click off of that. Now, what I did, I hit Escape. That also will pause the game, and then you can access your settings and also your exit menu, which will give you the option to save and leave the game, and then you can come back at a later time. Escape again gets us out of the pause. All right, one last thing here to go over, and actually two things. We have a map and we have a radio transmitter. If I right-click on the radio transmitter, only thing I have right now available to me is View Map. So now this is the map that you can see where you send out your expedition or search parties. They're going to go out and try to find things. This map is how you can track where they're at, see what they're doing, how close they are to things, and so forth. And if you need to, you can, like it says here, you can always recall them back to the shelter again. But you can see right now there's a school. This is where our shelter is. And I can either use the mouse to go outside the frame and that'll move this around. I don't really care for that. Because if you notice the party, you can have multiple parties, but to get to the arrows to choose the parties, I got to go outside, and that causes the map to move. So I think that needs to be reworked. I don't know if the developers are going to deal with that, but that's just my opinion. And then you can close it by clicking the X or hit the escape key. But right now, let's take a look. Here's our shelter, and you can see nearby we have a small house, a small farm, and a school. These are nearby, and we'll need to send a search party out to take a look at these and see what kind of supplies and resources are available for us to make use of. So I'm just going to close that. So that's the radio, and as search parties go out, they'll call in. You can talk back and forth. You can make decisions of how they want to interact and so forth. So the last thing here is the map, and that is where we set up our expeditions. Oh, before we do that real quick here, you notice that who is it here? Mary just finished sleeping and her bar is completely empty. And the other daughter here is saying that she is tired, Michelle. So let's go ahead and let's get her sleeping. Let's open the clipboard. We see that the sleeping bag took 8% a hit for someone sleeping in it, and that's fine. Usually you want to try to keep your stuff in the 80s or above, unless you have everything you got a handle on everything and you're just doing make work. Then you can send your guys around to fix everything. But right now, oxygen filter, water filter are getting kind of low. And I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it does sound like there's running water. And for me, I think that's a bug in my game. Even after it has stopped raining, it still sounds like it's raining, even though it's not. So that's something I'm hoping gets fixed in the next patch. Like I said, this is early access. So we've got oxygen filter, water filter need to be repaired. We just sent the little one down for sleep. Let's see she's tired. Let's take Mary. We'll have her grab a suit, and then we'll have her go out and fix that. Let her get the suit real quick. We'll open this door by right-clicking. Close it. Open the other door by right-clicking. Now she's already got the suit, so that job went away. Now the job is to fix this one, so I can go ahead and stack that and say fix those. All right, that's it. Let's get a party. Let me show you how the expedition is set up, so that we can get one going, and we'll send a party out, and then we'll wrap this episode up here. So we have Mom or we have Dad. Dad is a courageous and a big eater, resourceful yet pessimistic. Let's get Mom out there. Let's let her go out. And well, actually, see, we have some dexterity. We have a little bit of strength and some intelligence. Yeah, let's let Mom get out there. She's dexterity. If she needs to get away, she's pretty good. All right. So what you do here, you can send out 2 people if you'd like, but at this point, no. We're just going to leave it with 1. So what we want her to do, and you notice now we have 29 water at our disposal. By left-clicking, I can set a waypoint, and this distance requires 2 water of Mom there for her use in order to make that trek. So, but what we're going to do is make a round trip. She's going to go all around to these 3 buildings, and she'll uncover anything around it in her field of vision. She'll be able to kind of uncover the fog of war here, and we'll see if there's anything else further out. But right now, we're going to use 5 water to make these 3 stops, and she'll report back as she's going out there and let us know what she found. Now, before we actually send her out, there is some things that we need to equip her with. The first of which is something to protect herself with. And at the very get-go, a pipe is a good thing to have. Metal pipe, just in case you get some vagrants out there that have some unsavory thoughts against you. Now I'm going to scroll down here, and we see that we start out with 8 gas masks, and the gas mask is a one-time use only. You get one use out of it, so you do want to make sure that you're looking for things like wool and some plastic and other stuff that will allow you to craft more of these as time goes by, because you will use these up fairly quickly at the get-go. So we'll make sure that we equip these guys. And now these two are for the person, like you have a gas mask, there's bulletproof vests, there's other things. This orange or pinkish one is things for like backpacks and satchels and other things, but we don't have any of that right now. So this is all that we can equip. And let us take, let's say, we'll take a couple of these bags of coal. And yeah, we'll go with that for trading right now. This is for, you can start out with some items for trading that'll get you started. So we'll go ahead, we'll get Mom on her way, and that'll get us out there and seeing if anything is going on. Now, because we have a gas mask, we don't need a hazmat suit. Oh, look like somebody out for a walk, guy named Jerry. So we'll open the door, we'll let her go. And one thing to notice, now I can scroll through my controllable characters, and you can see Mom is no longer in there. Alright, so little Mary there, she's still working on that. Michelle is snoozing, and Dad is down for... Dad is here, let's see, he needs something to eat. But we do... Okay, and oops, no. Yeah, Dad is... He's dirty, but we don't have any rain. We don't want to shower just yet. What can he do? Oh, look. Radio... Oh, there's rain. Rain. Dad, enable that shower and go ahead and take a shower. While the rain is coming down, that's the best time to do showers. So we have a radio transmission coming in, and I'll show you that. Oh, did I miss the radio transmission? I guess I did. But Mom is out here. Come on, where is she at? There she at. Looks like she made it to the school. So hopefully she's taking care of that, and we have the little one coming back inside. Let's put the suit away, and while it is raining, go ahead and get yourself a drink of water. And after the water, oh, we did not construct a bathroom. Basically is a bucket toilet. We need to go ahead and get one of those going, and we'll put that right over here. I know it's next to the dog dish, but anyway, so now once you have a party out there and they're roaming around, they'll call in from time to time, and you can accept the transmission. And this is how it works. So that Mom is called in. She says she's found a small farm out here in the wasteland. Should she check it out? And by all means, that's the reason she's out there. So go ahead and search that location. Occasionally you get different things. They run across people. You may want them to interact with the person. You may want them to avoid or whatnot. So you'll see what happens. So, all right. I think we'll call that good for this time. We got some things going on. Little Mary, why don't you go ahead and use the toilet while it's raining, then go ahead and take a shower. Dad, we'll get back to you. So it looks like we got another transmission coming in, but while we're... okay, let's just take a look at that real quick before we call it good. And there's somebody at this small farm. It looks like they want to talk. All right. Real quick, let's take a look at how this... there is a note, something to note here, that if you get a note or get a message like this at a location, if you don't if you don't handle it, they may not search that location. So you do want to interact. You do want to see what's going on, because if they don't deal with this person, they'll skip the building altogether. Hey, this is Catherine. You get your butt over here. Don't look around. Move. And look at you. You're a mess. I can't sort your life, but you know what I've got should go a long way. It's yours for a price. Basically, it looks like she wants to trade. Winners just know how to make the best of failure, and you are one failure I intend to capitalize on. So, this is trading. We've got a couple of bags of coal, and they have some fuel, some leather, and a battery. And you can see down here the value that they put on their item, and you can see the value we have on ours. We have 2 bags of coal, each are worth 2, so we basically have the buying power of, say, $4, if you will. The fuel costs $30, the leather costs $16, and the battery costs $8. Just using dollars as an analogy. So we basically do not have the ability to trade with this person because we don't have enough. So I'm just going to say, oh, no thank you, cancel that. And this isn't how we conduct business around these parts. You, for one, don't know high quality stock when you see it. Yeah, well, your prices are a little high. So we didn't actually do anything, so we didn't gain any experience. I kind of think that's bad because sometimes you might not want to trade. There might not be anything they have that you want, but you should still gain some experience, XP from the overall experience. But anyway. So, because we didn't trade, we didn't get any XP, and now we're back here. So, I think that is where we're going to call this game, or this episode rather, for now. And we'll be back next time. We'll pick up, we'll see where Mom is at. We'll get going a little more on the shelter, maybe expand it, get some things organized, and I'll show you how you can move the items that you already have. You can move them around for better placement or just for your own OCD purposes. Alright? Okay, we'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Give me a like on the video and ask any questions you have in the comments. I'll answer everyone, I promise. Okay, see you next time.